Well, Xbox just finished their Xbox conference. Well, actually, no, now we got a full name. It is now the Xbox One X. This is going to be the next console in their lineup of consoles. It's supposed to have full 4K. They went into all the specs of it. They also set the price, $499. It's pretty steep. So they showed a lot of stuff. They showed a bunch of stuff. So let's get through. So they started off, they said it's the world's most powerful console. They said a few things like, hey, it's going to have this much specs, it's going to do this, it's going to do that. And yeah, basically went real spec-wise, which, they're going to have to, because they're really trying to sell people this console. They got to show, what do we have, like, and why do I need to get this over an Xbox One? Which, one thing I will say, this name's going to get very confusing to some. If you're not like heavy into gaming, this name's going to get you confused. You're going to be like, okay, so the Xbox One X is the one that does 4K, but the Xbox One S, like, I don't know. It's one of those things that I don't know. I don't know why that just played. Why is that still playing? Stop. Here we go. Right music. But yeah, it's one of those names where it's like, it gets kind of confusing. It's like the Wii U situation where you can't tell, like, if you're not in the know, you might not know which one's like the better system. And really what I got from this is that the Xbox One X to me seemed like the PS4 Pro, the Xbox One. Like, I couldn't really see too much in this conference that showed me, at least with this console, that this is something entirely different. Like, I guess at this time, what I'm going to consider is that the Xbox One X is pretty much the PS4 Pro equivalent. Because they didn't talk about like the UI, what's going to be different in that regard. Like, I don't know everything that's like new with this, other than your games are going to run better and they're going to look better. Okay, so they talked about specs for a while. Then they started getting into games. So they showed off Forza Horizon 7. Seemed generally okay. I've never been too big in the Forza series, but it seems fine. The fun part is they had like 2 professional drivers come up on stage to play the game. It's like, what does them having to be professional drivers have to do with like Forza? Like, I'm great at driving in real life. I must be really great in this game. Like, I don't know. It's something I found funny. I gotta go through quick. They showed a lot of stuff. Like, they showed a bunch of games. This was one of the ones that, like, watching it, this one actually looked really good. And I thought, this looks real cool. And I should have called it. There was one point in this, I almost said something like, oh, this looks like a certain game. Is when this the character in the game took off their mask. I was like, is this Metro? I just thought it to myself. I didn't really say it out loud. But I was absolutely right. Like, Microsoft's got a new Metro coming, and it looks sick. Like, I really like the previous Metro games, and this one looks really good. Like, look, they're gonna do some pretty interesting stuff with this game, so I'm interested to see which direction it goes in. They also showed off Assassin's Creed Origins. It finally got the first gameplay reveal. We finally confirmed now it's in Egypt. It's got RPG elements and it looks like a good Assassin's Creed. I'm actually interested in seeing it. Like, I've been very turned off from the Assassin's Creed series for a while because it became this yearly franchise that I kind of started to lose interest because it seemed like the same game and that they weren't really putting a lot of work into it compared to previous titles. But I think with this one, it's in the right direction because they spent that extra time to actually work on it. And I'm looking forward to it. Like, I'm probably going to check this out. There's some interesting stuff. Like, the Eagle Vision's now, like, legit Eagle Vision. And there's one moment I saw in this, I was like, wait, did they? Like, I guess they played Breath of the Wild. Right there. Let me go back. Let me go back if I can get back real quick. I have to watch all this. Well, am I going to go back? Pretty much the main dude jumped off this tree and hit slow-mo with his bow. It's like, well, I see what you guys have been playing in development. Now, this was a sick announcement. Player Unknown Battleground is coming to Xbox One X. This game is awesome. I think it's really cool. It's great to see it's coming to consoles. Hopefully it makes its way to the PS4 Pro, and it's cool. I think it's a cool announcement for them. Like this is a game that's really starting to get out there. The only thing I had an issue with was how they advertised this game. They made it seem like it was like all action and you're going to be doing all this crazy stuff. Like it does happen, but the way I'd say PlayerUnknown's a slower game. You're more like sneaking around. You're more trying to scavenge, take your time, trying to stay in the shadows. They advertised it like, oh, you're going to be blowing things up all the time. You're going to be doing all these crazy things. Like, yeah, I would never play the game like that. I'd never get in like 5 bikes with my buddies and drive down that bridge. That's a trap right there. You're going to get blown up. And yes, they brought back the Xbox One and Windows 10 exclusively. They brought it back. My prediction came true. A few of my predictions actually came true. I was pretty excited. EA yesterday, my predictions weren't too spot on, but these ones actually were kind of right on. Like I was right about the Xbox One price cut. I was right about Sea of Thieves, Cuphead, which I will get to. But they started showing off some of the games that are going to be exclusive to Xbox One. This was pretty interesting little game. State of Decay 2. This has got an extremely long trailer. Like this trailer is really long for no reason. Like I think people can see what this game is without like a 20-minute like trailer. Like I felt this trailer went on for like 5 or 6 minutes. It felt so long. But yeah, State of Decay. I'm not too big on that game. I never played it, and I'm just doesn't interest me too much. So did this embarrassing part. I forget. So they showed off this little game right here. It's this shooting game, a shooter. So I can skip ahead a bit. Yeah, and then this dude comes up on stage and starts going crazy, like doing esports commentary. But it's weird giving esports commentaries for the game that nobody knows about. One is random that this dude just came up on stage doing just like all right guys, we're going to be doing this. Look at this guy, he's going to be doing all these little strategies. Like, oh, look at that, he went invisible. So this is like smart plan. Like, it's dumb to to have this game trying to be an esport when no one knows what this game is yet. And it's like no one knows what's happening. Like, no one knows what's going on. Like, I think there's a better way they could have showcased this game than having a guy go on stage and just start trying to give like esports commentary. Like this was an odd one in the bunch. Like they should have probably I think it's the Darwin Project. They should have probably done it a bit differently they presented it. Yeah, Minecraft, like I said I think last year, Microsoft spent a lot of money on Minecraft, and you know they're going to show it and they're going to like have to use it pretty much. Because every year since they bought Minecraft, they have put it in all of their conferences. Like I think every conference has had something Minecraft related. So get used to it. We're gonna be seeing it a lot. Like, Minecraft's got stuff. It has like cross-play, which actually is pretty sweet. I think cross-play with all consoles and all versions. They showed a Switch in there that was real weird. Like it's like I'm surprised they showed that. And it's getting like some shader pack. That's just really it. I was like, man, like they're still showing Minecraft, but like, hey, it's still a big game for them. And now for this part, this game, I got so hyped for this game. Like, and this game looks sick. Like, it looks incredible. Arc Systems Dragon Ball Fighter Z. Like, oh man, this was the game like I loved. Like right from like the get-go, I was like, oh man, it looks so good. And just seeing it in motion, seeing how this game plays, like it really looks like they're going for like that Budokai style. And like, oh, I'm there day one. This game looks amazing. I always love the Dragon Ball Z games. I will always play every single one. And they got a great team to work on this game. They got the perfect people for it. So I'm there. I am there. This was sick. I expected it at Sony's, but hey, it's cool, Microsoft. So this is one they showed off this this game. I didn't even know what it was. It ended up being an MMORPG, and I was like, man, this game looks kind of sick. Like when it gets to like the gameplay, I was like, what is this? This actually looks cool. But like, man, I'm interested in this, and it's like MMORPG. It's like no, why couldn't it just be like a single player game? I don't want to pay to play this like every month. I was like, hey, this looks kind of cool. It's like, look at Microsoft getting these Japanese titles. But yeah. So this was like the indie one. This is where they started getting some of those kind of out there games. Oh, I missed one. Sorry, timeline's hard. This game looks incredible. This is probably the best like surprise game at the E3 they showed. I think The Last Story it's called. Like the art style in this is absolutely amazing. This is the new Cuphead for me. Like I don't know what they're doing, but they need to stay on track because this looks amazing. This is probably visually one of the best looking games I've seen in a while. In terms of this style, like in terms of like realistic graphics, there's gonna always be those like that looks great, but I love just aesthetically just pleasing, just kind of visually like stuff like this. Like I always love those. I always take those art style over like pure raw graphics. Yeah, they showed that. They showed this other game that's coming up, which I think I skipped past. I'm skipping past a lot of stuff. They showed a lot of indies. They show a lot of different things like that. Ori. Oh shit. See, this kind of sucks doing it this way. I need to find a better way. Yeah, let me see if I can get back. This is what I was talking about. Well, that's the Artful Escapes. The one that showed. This is a train wreck. This is a complete train wreck. But yeah, Japanese anime Dark Souls is what I called this game. This game looks real cool. I don't know what it is, but I'm liking what I see. This looks right up my alley. I liked it, and I might check it out if I ever get an Xbox One X. So then they went into a really extended gameplay of Sea of Thieves. They went full in depth, and for me, this is probably. It's kind of funny how it works. I have like the rare music and rare game, but this is probably the best demo of the game they've shown, or at least the one that's shown me like really what this game is and what it's about. Since the last demo, I wasn't too fond of last E3, and when they first showed the game, it was a really small teaser just showing what kind of it is. But I kind of like this demo. There's some cool concepts in here. I just don't know what else there is to the game, and really like what the goal of it is. Like if it is just you're your friends being pirates, and that's fine, but like I wonder if there's more components to it besides that. But for myself, it's cool. Seems like Rare's gonna have another like cool little game in their discography again. So next, Super Lucky's Tale, the Oculus platformer that came out last year, is now getting a sequel on consoles. Looks like it's going to be a full-on platformer, and I'm actually liking it. Like the art of it's just okay, but I think the gameplay of it seems fine. Like I have an extreme soft spot for platformers, and I can't help but like not want to play this game. Like I think it looks like a really fun game. So I think it said every game's going to be either on Xbox One or Windows. Like this seems like a really fun one to check out. Like I'm liking this. like I say, like it looks like it's gonna probably be easy, but just a charm to it. And like I said, I love me some platformers. Like now here we go. Cuphead. I got so hyped for this announcement. My heart rate like increased. If you've watched me over a while, you know how much I love this game. I've been wanting to play this game for a long time since they first shown it, and we finally got a release date. Like I think as soon as I'm finished with the E3 stuff, I'm gonna go pre-order that game. I'm gonna get it straight on Steam. I'm gonna be ready. But yes, Cuphead finally gets a release date. My my prediction was right, and it's probably my favorite prediction that I did get right. Like, man, like, I love that game. Yeah, so right after the Cuphead announcement, like, I will say this entire block section right here was really good. They showed a lot of great small games in here and a lot of stuff that just really was like really cool. So yeah, Terry Crews came out, Crackdown 3, and Microsoft did it again. Every year they always do this, where they show like the direct feed from like the audience perspective. Like, I don't want to see this. Just give me like the feed straight there. Like, why is it like this zoomed out? You did it last year with Dead Rising. Like, stop doing this. So let me move on. Yeah, they showed Crackdown 3. It looks like Crackdown. I'm actually kind of liking it. I'll skip way more. Ooh. Yeah, I skipped way more than I thought. Yeah, they showed Crackdown 3. Looks good. They went into sizzle reel of indies that are coming. So I don't, there's not too much I could say for this one. It seemed like there's some interesting titles that are shown there. So is this the reveal? I think it is. So one of the cooler little small teasers they said in the conference is that Xbox One, I think Xbox One X will be getting backwards compatibility with original Xbox. So now there will be Xbox One, Xbox 360, and original Xbox. I think is amazing. Like, Sony needs to step their game up because it sucks having a system with no backwards compatibility. Like, I'd like to be able to play all my old games. Like, I have a huge collection of PS2 games, and I have to always bust out my PS2 if I want to play them. Like, I'd love to just have the ability to play it on my PS4. But, like, hey, Microsoft stepping it up. I gotta give them that. Like, I love that. So this was that game they showed last year, Ashen. They showed a little bit more of it. It seems all right. I think it looks okay. Like, it's not something that I'm like really like actively like I need to play this, but it seems cool. They then went into another extended demo, this time for Middle Earth Shadows of War. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm forgetting the name. This looked great. Like, Bruce is a beast. I love this guy right here. This was awesome. I think this game's gonna be really fun. I think it's gonna be really cool. They showed a lot of great stuff. I'm happy the Nemesis system returns. Like, I was scared I'd never see it again, but it's back. That dude's dead. It's a cool segment. Very excited for this game. As I said, real extended demo. They really showed a lot of it. Oh yeah, Ori 2. Ori and the Blind Forest is getting a sequel. Ori and the... I'm gonna wait for the title at least to come up so I don't screw this up. It's not just Ori 2. It's Ori and the Will of the Wisps. So Ori and the Blind Forest gets a sequel. The trailer was great. I thought the live music played was also a great choice. And here's where they talked about original Xbox. The original Xbox is coming. Great choice. I love this. Microsoft stepping it up. Sony needs to step their game up as well. And this is where they showed off the final thing for the conference, where they showed off Anthem. Sorry, Anthem. Generally, graphically, it looks great. Gameplay-wise, I'm still half and half on it. Like, there's some cool components there, but I don't know. I'd have to really, really see more. The one thing I need to say is, please stop getting fake demo banter. Like, don't do it. It ends up being really embarrassing when it's like, hey, what's going on? We should go do that. Like, yeah, you need to get more experience. Like, please stop with the fake banner. Just have it quiet, or like have a live actual demo banter. Don't do like the pre-canned one, because always this is real embarrassing. Like, no one talks like that. But yeah, that was generally the constant. They showed a lot of this game. They showed some stuff and ended it off with a sizzle reel. Xbox One X is coming November 7th, $99. I don't really know what the launch games are going to be. Like, I have to go back and like really look to see what the launch titles are going to be and what's coming later this year. Now, I will say this. Microsoft did a good job. They showed a lot of games. Their presentation, they went real quick. They showed a lot of games. They didn't have a lot of time just wasted. I think overall as a score, I'd give it like a B- because they did show a lot of cool things that I personally liked. But if I was to grade it on like the console reveal, I'd give that a mid C and D maybe. I don't know if I think the Xbox One X isn't for me. Like I love the extra power with it. Like if it's making games run 60, that's great. And I think with the 4K stuff it'd be fine, but I just don't see at this point in time like a reason to go buy it, especially if a lot of Xbox One games are gonna be also on the Xbox One X. Like, oh no, it's a real weird situation. Like I really don't know if this is a new system or if it's just an upgraded Xbox One, because the system kind of looks the same as an Xbox One, and the controller kind of seems the same. Like seems like there's small differences, but I don't know. It's certainly something. But yeah, that's it for my recap. Ooh, dang, 21 minutes. I definitely had a lot to talk about. There was way more to talk about than the EA conference. That's for sure. But yeah, Microsoft, like, hey, give you some claps. Like they've slowly been improving over the years. They are no longer in the territory of a Microsoft conference was. Because back when they were doing the Kinect stuff, they had bad conferences. They were some of the worst. But they've slowly over the years improved. Now, it'll be interesting to see what Sony has to show for this now. Like, what their response is to this thing. And I'm looking forward to that. So that's going to do it for my recap of the Microsoft conference. The Xbox One X, which someone on Twitter mentioned it. Like, the reason why it's called the Xbox One X, because the first letters, Xbox, it ends up being Xbox. If you like, use all the first letters, it's like, I see it, but I kind of, at this point, I would have preferred Scorpio. But, it's late now. So, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this little recap. Join me later on. Bethesda, you got some stuff in store for that one. I already know a few things about it, and looks like it's going to be pretty hype. So I will see you there. Ciao.